Welcome back to another OTD unboxing video. Today I have for you the Hot Wheels 2025 International P case. So this case is sent over from Jcar Diecast. Again, thank you Jcar Diecast for being a constant contributor to the OTD YouTube channel and OrangeTruckDiecast.com. If the case looks beat up to you, it is beat up because this is one of those damaged cases that Jcar sells on JcarDiecast.com. So this is intentional. Jcar describes it as such, so it's very nice to have that level of transparency when you're buying from a distributor. All right, let's pop open the P case. Second to only the Q case. What do they call it? The penultimate, right? The penultimate case for 2025. All right, so we're just going to start pulling first three out of the case. We have, ooh, this one's new to the case. We got the 89 Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC AMG from the Wild Wide Body series. And this color blue is, yeah, that looks very awesome with that tan interior. I've been looking forward to this one. This casting, I mean, it's growing on me, and I think this might be something I collect in the future. Never thought I'd be collecting a newer Mercedes. I mean, granted, it's 1989, but needless to say, never thought I'd be collecting a modern Mercedes. All right. Next up, we have the Skull Shaker from the Experimenter series. And I think that was in the last case, if I'm not mistaken, as was the Silverado EV RST in Metal Flake Burnt Orange. All right, next three out of the case. We have Shake It Like a Salt Shaker, X-Racers. That one's new to the case. The 4GT, the Modified series. So we got the French Canadian on the cards now. Oh, I guess this is, well, that makes sense because this is a international case. So it makes total sense that we're getting the French Canadian on there. So we got the Modified and the Modifies. No more HW, I see. Next one on the case is the Chevy Blazer 4x4 from the, it would be HW Dirt. We're just going to call it the Dirt series. This one's nice. This one's new to the case and like a metal flake brown. Very nice color on that one. Seems very appropriate for an off-road Blazer. Next three out of the case, we have the Later Crater. Oh, new model alert. We got the El Segundo Coupe, El Segundo Rally. This is a Ron Wong design. It's the next iteration of the El Segundo Coupe, which I mistakenly said. It's from the Track Champ series, or the Champions de, I'm not going to say French Canadian. I'm going to butcher it. But yeah, new model nonetheless. Very cool. Is that like a, I wonder if is that a plastic body? Oh, I think it's got a plastic body and a metal base. That's interesting. Yeah, it's like a gray plastic. Very cool. And then we have the Kit Kart in black. Nice coloring. Interesting. That's new to the case. Next three out of the case, we have the Gone Mad from the Wagon series. That was a new model in the last case. And the Speed Driver. And this kind of red, black, and a little bit of Zamac. Well, I guess the bottom's metal, so unpainted is probably the more appropriate term for this one. Experimenter series. That one's new to the case. The 56 Ford Truck, custom 56 Ford Truck. Man, these names are hard to read on the international cards. Wow. All right. Yeah. So, Celebration Racers, Dia de los Muertos theme. We saw that one in the last case in the, what was it, the N case, right? Yes, the N case. All right. Next three out of the case. You got the Pterotractyl, new to the case. Track Champ series. And yes, this is, so there's a couple castings in here that I collect. And if you know me, I collect anything Viper. So the 96 Dodge Viper GTS is a welcome addition to my collection here in yellow with black stripes. Then and Now series. And we have, hey, look at, we have the 20 Dodge Charger Hellcat. So this was a super in the last case. If you remember the case that I opened from Jcar Diecast for the end case, I did pull the super out of the case, but I did not get a common variant of it. And here we go. So this is the common variant of that super treasure hunt I can now add to my collection. So good to have. You know, some people argue that, you know, each case should kind of be its own. You know, the nice thing about like having, essentially each car being released in 2 subsequent cases is that if you missed it in the last case, you can get it in the next case. Next one out of the case, you got the 67 Austin minivan, Art Cars series. Man, it's nice not saying HW in front of her. Maybe they should just drop the HW altogether. The Hoto Roto, that was another one from the previous case. International, you don't get to see the case code on the back. New to the case is the 91 GMC Cyclone HW Hot Truck Series, and I'm saying HW out of habit. Yeah, in red. This is nice. New to the case. That's another one for the collection. Another casting I collect. GMC Cyclone. Next 3 out of the case, we have the Quick Bite in the Fuego Fajitas livery, fast foodie. That was in the last case. As was the Formula E Gen 3 Track Aces car. So the Formula E race car. Saw that one in the last case. And we got another one of those Shake It Like a Salt Shakers. Next 3 out of the case. We got the Ford GT in that Borla deco. That matte really looks good on this casting, and the Borla deco. Chef's kiss right there. And we get another one of those Dodge Charger Hellcats. So not 1 but 2 of those. And we get the Roger Dodger 2.0. Always leaving more to be desired with that casting. All right, the Blitz Speeder, the Trek Champ series. What is that? It is a plastic body on there. It's kind of like a light. What is that? Like a light kind of blue, light bluish green. Blitz Speeder, Trek Champs. Then we get another one of the El Segundo Rallies. So that is the downside of getting towards the end of the year is you really don't get many new models. This is one of 2 new models. We should hopefully come across another one in this case. But so far we have 2 El Segundo Rallies, Track Champ series. And we get the Cone Shaker in green. We get that recolor that was first seen in the end case. So and for those that don't know, Mattel skips I and O in terms of their case codes because I looks too much like a 1, O looks too much like a 0. So we go from N to P cases, just in case this is your first unboxing. And if it is, thanks for watching. Silverado EV RC, another one of those, HW EV series. The Power Rocket X Racers in pink. Saw that in the last case. And we get another one of the 67 Austin minivans. All right, next 3 out of the case. We get the Jaguar XJC V12 Coupe, or Coupe, Wild Wide Body series. That was a new model from the last case. Very awesome deco by Andres Andreu. Love that deco on that car. The Limited Grip. We saw this in the end case as well. And the Super Twin Mill in that green, metal flake green deco. Also seen in the end case. And the last 3 out of the top half of the case, we get the 67 Shelby GT500. This is new to the case. Nice black and gold deco. Yeah, black and gold looks good on this car. For the Mustang 60th series. That was new. I get another one of the Kick Carts from the Ride On series. And we get another Hoto Roto Rod Squad series in white. All right, let's pop open the second half of the case. Thanks again to Jcar Diecast. Appreciate Jcar Diecast for sending these over as always. All right, first 3 out of the top half of the case, if we can get them out. Still seeking that first super treasure hunt from an international case this year. Hopefully the bottom half of this case will be fruitful. All right, so we get a recolor of a new model previously released in the beginning of the year. The BMW 635 CSI. Now it comes to us in like an orange. Well, like an orange. It is an orange. And look at that. You got a little like a little air on top there. I don't know if it's air or it looks like maybe some cardboard. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's in the paint or if that comes right off. It looks like it's part of the paint. Like it's got worked into the paint. Hopefully get another one of these in here. So there's that one. That one's new to the case. The 2018 Honda Civic Type R. Then and Now series. We saw that in the last case. And new to the case is the Ford Mustang GTD, the Mustang 60th series. So we get we saw it was like a metal flake really metal flake silver in, I think it was like the C case. It was pretty early on in the year. Now we're getting the recolor of it finally in metal flake, like a dark blue. And we know that, I think in the B case right next year, that there will be a super treasure hunt of that casting. So looking forward to hopefully getting that. All right, next 3 out of the case. We get the Gordon Murray Automotive T33 Factory Fresh Series. Saw that one before. The Ain't Fair, also a carryover from the end case. And we get another one of the Formula E Gen 3 race cars. Very nice deco. Love the deco on that one for some reason. Just cool black and orange livery. All right, next 3 out of the case. Oh, here's the other new model. The 1983 Goodyear Porsche 928S in red. New casting, new Porsche casting, the 928. If you remember back in the day, the 928 was famously final run. And then we've seen like the off-road version of it more recently. We've seen the 944 we've seen. But yeah, the 928S is back. Look at that, those round headlights. The Muscle Mania series, interesting. You don't really see Porsches in the Muscle Mania series, but I think wasn't this one of the Porsches, the V8 in the front, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so cool new casting there. So that and the what was the other new cast? Oh, the El Segundo Rally was the other new model in this case. Super Twin Mill, see that one again. And the BMW 2002. We get that one. Remember, we saw that in the end case as well, but really love that blue color on that one. All right, next 3 out of the case. Oh, I like what I see at the bottom there. The 95 Mazda RX-7 Drift in red. Yeah, this was in the last case in red. Very cool color. Love the Mazda RX-7, especially the later gens of it. I got the Track Dwagon. This is new to the case, I believe. Yeah, I don't recall seeing this color in the last case. If it was, I just didn't get it. But very cool, like topographic kind of deco on the sides there. And the Wagon series. Really like this casting. I wonder if I should collect it. Still debating. Really cool casting. And we got the regular treasure hunt. The 84 Audi Sport Quattro in the Wild Wide Body series. So I guess if there was, wait, this is the treasure hunt, right? Yeah. Yep, there it is. Okay. Yep. So this is like one of those like treasure hunts. Yep, and there it is on the back fender there. Yeah, this is like one of the treasure hunts I really wanted this year, so I'm glad I got it in terms of regulars. Very cool Audi there. Regular treasure hunt. So far, so good. Let's check out the next 3 out of the case here. Oh, we got the TV series Batmobile, 1966 TV series Batmobile. They omitted the year on it, though. Out of Batman series. And Metal Flake Red. I think we've only seen one old mainline version of the 66 Batmobile in red before. And that was kind of that like satin red that was like, it was like a Kroger exclusive, I think, several years back. But this is the Metal Flake Red, definitely of the gloss variety. Yeah, this looks good. Collect that casting as well, so good to have that one. The Gone Mad, love this casting. Cool to see another one of those in this case. And we get the Speed Driver from the Xpera Motors series. Another one of those. All right, next 3 out of the case. Let's just get them all stacked up here. Feline Lucky seems to be a very popular casting. My son saw my other Feline Lucky from the last case and appropriately wanted it for his little collection that he has. So that was where my double of that one went. So it's good to have another one of these. I think I might drop one of these off at my favorite sushi restaurant. Celebration Racers. That was in the last case. The Volvo 240 Drift Wagon. Got another one of those. Saw that in the last case as well in silver. And the Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet. Saw another one. Got this one in the last case as well. It was one of the new models. All right, next three out of the case. We get another Volvo Driftwagon, 240 Driftwagon. Just saw that one. Oh, here's another casting I collect, the Mazda RX-3, the Peak Pursuit series. It's kind of a metal flake pale yellow, I guess I would call it. Into the collection that one goes. And that's followed up by the Mustache, another one new to the case. You get the very cool deco on its side. Trying to see who that, I'm willing to bet it's one of the designers, the stash on the back there. Can't make out who it is though. Yeah, not sure. But Mustache on the sides there. Celebration Racers, new to the case. Same kind of, looks like it might be the same yellow. Oh, it's kind of pale yellow, but I don't see metal flake in it. So it might be actually a different yellow than the RX-3. All right, next three out of the case. We get the Renault, I think it's Renault Espace F1. If I'm saying that correctly, please, I love to butcher French, so please correct me if I'm wrong. This one looks, I think this one looks better than the yellow one that debuted earlier in the year. The HW Modified series. Yeah, the black of the yellow sides. Yeah, the color break looks really cool on the side, the yellow. I like that. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Ferrari SF90 Stradale Factory Fresh series. We see a recolor, right? This is the first recolor of a Ferrari we've seen thus far. And this one is metal flake gray. Ferrari SF90 Stradale. Saw when he's on the road one day. Pretty cool car. It's a new model earlier in the year. Get the recolor debuting in this case. And another one of those 1966 TV series Batmobiles. Good to have two of those. All right, we got a crunched card here. Must have been one that was on the edge of the case. The 95 Mazda RX-7 Drift. Another one of our 1983 Porsche 928S. New model. So we get two of each new model in this case. And we get the Zinger 21C. This one's new. In white. New to the case. Peak Pursuit series. The next three out of the case are the Lamborghini Huracan Storado in yellow. That's new to the case. Safari mode. Very nice to have this one in yellow. We've seen an orange, yellow. Saw a red edition. Yeah, we've seen a couple versions. Probably at least four of them now. Of the Huracan Storado, the off-road Huracan. Oh, we got the BMW M3 wagon in light green. For those that are super savvy, super treasure hunt savvy, you know that this is the super treasure hunt for this case. It's looking like we didn't get it, but we'll keep looking through the case here. We got 6 cars left. Wagon series. This is the regular version. Very cool deco. It's actually a play on a racing deco, and I'm not all too familiar with it. But Hot Wheels graphic designer Andres Andrade did this one. It's got the Michelin Man. Very cool to see this livery. I'm gonna have to look it up actually and see what the inspiration was behind this one. So cool to get that one. That one's new to the case, obviously. And we get the Gordon Murray Automotive T33 in the Factory Fresh series. Next three out of the case. We get the BMW 2002 70s vs 90s series. Another one of those. The Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolets. Another one of those in the last case. And we get another one of the Jaguar XJC's V12 Coupes from the last case. That was the wide, I can never say this, wide body. I always want to say wild body. Wild wide body series. So that one is another one. And the last three out of the case, we get the Custom 56 Ford truck. Another one of those Dia de los Muertos designs. The 2008 Honda Civic Type R. Another one of those in this case. And, we end on a new to the case. It is the Honda CB750 Cafe Racer. Doesn't say racer, but it is a cafe racer in kind of a light blue. This was this new model earlier in the year? One of the Hondas were. Yeah. right? Yes, no, maybe so. No, it was a VFR. It was not this one. So, but cool motorcycle to end the list. End the case. Obviously, your highlights for the case are the would-be Super Treasure Hunt and the BMW M3 wagon. The new models of the Porsche and the El Segundo Rally. And you got you got a Batmobile in here. You got the recolor of Ferrari. A couple favorites of mine would be the Cyclone and the Viper. So, and I'm gonna have to open this thing up and see. Let's just open this up right now really quick, since there was only one to the case here. I'm curious as to what that piece was on top here. Was it card? It looks like it's part of the card. Oh, yep, it just came right off. Yep, there it goes onto the floor. Swept under the rug. It's all good. Casting is unharmed. Yeah, love that one. If you know, you know with this deco, right? Or that color on a BMW or a Porsche. That color is very cool on race cars. Too bad they can't do the actual deco. But, all right, I'll keep blabbing along. Again, thank you for watching. Let me know what cars you're looking forward to in this case. Make sure you check out the full case report on Jcar.com. And yeah, keep an eye out for the next video. I got a lot of cool things coming, including some brick shop stuff, some new Boulevard, some new Eurospeed. Yeah, it's going to be a busy month here. We got the convention coming up as well. Thanks again for watching.